Most workspaces fail for one simple reason. They focus on tools instead of structure. People spend hours choosing apps, task managers, note-taking tools, calendars, automations, but very little time is spent thinking about how work is actually organized. Every effective workspace, no matter the tool, comes down to three core elements. Not features, not templates, not advanced setups, just three fundamentals. When one of these is missing, the system slowly starts to break. The first element is projects. Projects are what give work direction. A project is not a list of tasks. It is a clear outcome, a client delivery, a launch, an internal improvement, something that can be finished. Without projects, work becomes reactive. You stay busy. You check things off. But at the end of the week, it's hard to say what actually moved forward. Projects answer a very basic question. What am I trying to complete? They turn activity into progress. The second element is tasks. Tasks are actions, concrete steps, not ideas, not reminders, not vague intentions. And this part is critical. A task should never exist on its own. Every task belongs to a project. When tasks are disconnected, they start competing for attention. Everything feels equally important. Everything feels urgent. But when a task is tied to a project, its priority becomes clearer. You immediately understand why you're doing it and what it supports. This removes a huge amount of mental friction. You stop redeciding what to work on. The system already tells you. The third element is notes. This is where many systems quietly fail. Notes are not just information. They are context. They capture decisions, reasoning, why something was chosen over something else. When notes live separately, the why behind the work disappears. You may see what needs to be done, but weeks later, you don't remember why it matters. In a strong workspace, notes are connected to projects and often to tasks as well. That way, when you return to something later, you don't have to reconstruct the story. The system remembers it for you. When projects, tasks, and notes work together, something important changes. Work stops feeling scattered. You don't jump between apps as much. You don't repeat the same decisions. You don't carry everything in your head. You work from context, not from memory. This structure can exist in many tools. Some people build it with simple documents. Others combine spreadsheets with discipline. Many teams use tools like Notion because it allows these three elements to live in one connected place. But the tool itself is not the point. The structure is. You don't need complexity to make this work. In fact, complexity usually makes things worse. Too many rules slow you down. Too many fields create friction. Too much automation becomes noise. A good workspace stays quiet. It doesn't demand attention. It supports it. If your current setup feels heavy or confusing, it's usually because one of these three elements is missing or disconnected. Projects without clear tasks. Tasks without context. Notes without a place. Fixing that doesn't require a new app. It requires a clearer structure. In the next video, I'll show how I would organize work from scratch today, starting with nothing more than these three elements.